Welcome to Boy Time Podcast. We're gonna get litty time, yeah. Oh, it's your Boy Time Podcast. Coming in with the slam dunk of a theme song.
Hi ho ho, it's me, Taika Waititi, back at it again with a new episode of the Boy Time Podcast. And as always, I'm here with Babby. I know I've already used that name before somewhere in our...
Most definitely.
Yes. But it was the first thing that I saw in my notes, so I just decided to use it.
Of course.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've done a podcast. Took the week off because I went up to Wisconsin. We saw Lucy Dacus in concert. Very fun time. She was just so lazy, though. It was a very bad performance.
Couldn't even stand up.
Very disappointing to see. I frankly want my money back.
You didn't even pay a lot for it.
No, no, we didn't. The tickets were $25, but I still want my money back.
I'm returning my sweatshirt.
But yeah, we were up north, so that's fine. Won't be, whatever. We just have a lot of stuff to talk about now. It's been 2 weeks. I've been trying to stockpile things, have stuff ready. But I still don't feel like I have a whole lot. I think it's just going to be a regular hour-long jamboree. But we do have 2 discussions, so that might throw things off. So I guess we'll just start off. We have a lot of show news, and the only thing we have to talk about in gaming is the Nintendo Direct that happened, which doesn't have a whole
that even
lot.
happened.
It did happen. So I guess we can go over it very briefly, because that happened. I think that was last week when that happened.
Sometime.
Yeah, I remember I heard rumors that there was going to be a Nintendo Direct, and then it was like announced, and there was some rumors that like there was going to be some Zelda stuff, and so I'm like, well, I should probably watch it just in case there is. And Zelda is supposed to come out this year, so I would be surprised if there wasn't any Zelda stuff at this Nintendo Direct. Spoiler alert, there wasn't. They opened and closed with really bad. It was like they opened with the Fire Emblem, their Weeb game, and then they closed it with Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Which I think is one of the most disappointing endings to a Nintendo Direct ever. It was... I don't know who keeps buying these games, because they're so bad. But Nintendo really pushes them. It must be, like, really popular in Japan or something. Because, I don't know. Do you hear anybody talk about Xenoblade Chronicles?
God, no.
Yeah. Donkey's made a great video about why Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is horrible. So, yeah, that's how it ended, and that's how it started. There was a few good things, and I will go over them thus. The first good thing, this was kind of like the last Nintendo Direct, where Mario Golf was the only good thing. We got a new Mario Strikers game. That was
really good.
Yeah. They had I think that was originally a Wii game. Mario, I don't remember what it was called. It was like Mario Strikers, but it was super edgy. The cover of it looked so, like, it was like comic book kind of. It was kind of like an old edgy anime where like the lines are super thick and it's all kind of like vibrantly colored and stuff. It's very cool art style. And so then they're making a squeakquel, putting it on the Switch. Basically, it just comes down to like Mario Sports Soccer, but with a heavy emphasis on like power ups and doing special moves and stuff. And it's all like highly stylized and stuff. Unlike other Mario sports games, which tend to be not very stylized at all. So we got like a little bit of gameplay of it. Looks pretty good. I'd say that the Wii one probably looks better in terms of like art direction wise. But that's okay. But that's coming out on June 10th. So we'll see how that is. They like to announce things and then like have it come out like a few months later, which I'm a very big fan of. So good job, Nintendo. The next thing that was good, they detailed some more stuff about that new Kirby game. They started out with like a really weird trailer where he swallowed a car, I think.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah, I do enjoy when Kirby turns into a car. He can also turn into like a traffic cone. I've seen some great memes where people have replaced their icon for the VLC media player with Kirby the cone. I think that's great. Yeah, so it looks pretty good. I guess time will tell. I don't know if they've done a 3D platformer before. They may have done that with their N64 one, but I haven't played that. So this will be Kirby's first kind of soiree into the 3D zone, which will be pretty epic. That's coming out in a month, March 25th. I was about to say like something big is coming out around then, but I was thinking of like February 25th because that's when Elden Ring comes out next week. Or this week.
It's almost here.
It's almost here. George R.R. Martin is about to drop a very big project coming out soon.
This is the test. Is it going to be good or not?
I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic just because the From boys, they haven't let me down. They've been making some good stuff recently. Seems like every game has kind of been building on the last one. And, the story has always been kind of the weak point for me. I usually skip the cutscenes because they're boring. And it's a lot of like, Final Fantasy dialogue where it's like, we are in the Quarton dimension fighting this big dragon and he has unleashed all of the chaos. And it's kind of stuff like that. A little bit better, but it still kind of gives off that vibe, so I just don't care. So George R.R. Martin is a talented author and storyteller, so we'll see. But I'm also I'm not going in thinking it's going to be the best game ever. It's going to be Dark Souls, but open world, and that'll be okay, I think. We'll see. We might be talking about that next week, depending on if GameStop shifts it early enough, because I couldn't do in-store pickup, so it's the best that I could do. Let me think. Oh yeah, the other thing that was in the Direct, they're making a Wii Sports squeakquel, Nintendo Switch Sports, with no Mii's.
When they played tennis, it was so intense.
It was very intense, and it definitely was not staged.
Not at all.
It was pretty epic. I think my only complaint is that in the main starting game, there's 6 sports. I think the ones that carry over from Wii Sports are tennis, bowling, and I think fencing is the one that they reference as coming back from Wii Sports Resort. But then volleyball is a thing. Badminton, which I think that's too similar to tennis to be in the opening
I do like
lineup.
it.
I do like badminton. I think that was it. There might be one I'm missing. I don't think there's baseball or what's another one? Boxing? There's not boxing.
Baseball was a classic.
I did like baseball, but I know that Nintendo is making a big deal of the PlayStation game MLB The Show coming to Switch, so maybe that's what's going on. But that's also going to Xbox. It isn't just a Nintendo thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, but there's no baseball.
Bowling's always the best one, though.
I do like bowling. I like tennis. I like bowling. I also liked fencing on the Wii Sport Resort.
Yes.
But the Nintendo, like the Joy-Con gyroscope is not as good as the Pro or like the, Wii Motion Plus.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we'll see how that goes. Playing Skyward Sword was a struggle. But I did see, I think they announced that like they're going to have a free update to the game later that's going to add golf. So that's pretty epic. I always like golf games.
I love golf games.
They're pretty fun. But that's coming out, again, 2 months, April 29th. I do like this strategy because, you know, you don't like build up expectations. It's announced and then it's there. Pretty epic. Okay, yeah, there's two other things. The first one is that Earthbound is on the Nintendo Switch Online, which is pretty good. I have not played Earthbound. I probably should. I know it is the inspiration for a lot of like modern day like RPG stuff. Like I'm pretty sure Undertale was meant to be like an Earthbound 2. So I don't know how it's aged. Like I know it has a very devout like fan group. So I don't know how it is. I just know it's supposed to be funny, and the gameplay is similar to Undertale, like the combat system, because you can't like talk to them and then pacify or whatever. So who knows? I might try it out. It's on the Nintendo Switch Online. Not the one that you have to pay $500 a month too. It's the cheap one. So that's epic. And then the last bit of thing, Mario Kart 9 is not happening ever. Because
My dreams were crushed.
I know. It is very sad. They've just decided to make Mario Kart 8 again over the course of 2 years. So they said they're announcing a whole bunch of DLC packs to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is the Switch port of a Wii U game. That is going to be 48 new courses over the course of this year and next year. So by the end of 2023, we'll have 48 new courses. I don't think they detailed how the release cadence is going to be, because each like cup is 4. So that's what, 12 new cups that are going to be added to the existing 8 or 10?
Yes, 8.
I think 8 is the base game, and then 10 is including the Triforce and the Leaf Cup.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't have the Mario Kart.
Personally, never played the game.
I have it on the Wii U, so I was like, I don't want to get the Switch version because I'm sure they're gonna make a Mario Kart 9.
The Switch has the Leaf and the Animal Crossing and the other one.
Yeah, I have the DLC on the Wii U.
Yeah.
I got it when it came out, but I was like, I'm not gonna bother getting the deluxe version because I already have it on the Wii U, and I'm sure they're gonna make a new Mario Kart game on the Switch, and this looks like that's not gonna happen. So this is like gonna more than double how many courses are in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is pretty cool. I mean, I guess it's cheaper than buying a whole new game. But it seems like that the majority of them are going to be, I think all of them actually, are going to be remade courses from past games, which are always kind of in Mario Kart. Like half of the courses are usually remade courses from other games, but it seems like this one is going to be all remade stuff. The one that they really highlighted is that Coconut Mall is going to be coming back.
Let's go.
I enjoy Coconut Mall. That's a good map from Mario Kart Wii. But I didn't recognize any of the other ones. But I never played. I think Mario Kart Wii was when I jumped in, because I never played like Double Dash or Mario Kart 64. Because
the DS version.
Oh yeah, Mario Kart 7.
Yeah.
I think I some of my friends had Mario Kart 7, so I was able to do like the airplay.
Maps in there.
Yeah, and that was the first one that had the hang gliding thing. So that's pretty cool. So I don't know how they're going to do it. I would guess probably 2 cups or maybe 1 cup at a time. I guess we'll see. I guess they have 12 of these, so 6 a year probably. So they might do 2 cups, then 3 drops a year every quarter from here on out. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a genius. I don't know how Nintendo works. I think trying to dissect how Nintendo decides to run as a business is a fool's errand because they tend to be sucky. But that's that. I guess Mario Kart 9 is never going to happen, and we are just going to be coasting on Mario Kart 8 forever until they make the Switch 2, which also will never happen. So there's that. That was it for the Nintendo Direct. I think that's it for gaming news, unless you have anything.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a pretty slow gaming month. We did have IGN Film Fest today, as of us recording. But there was like hardly any gaming stuff. Like the majority of it was like movie trailers. So like they showed, or like the TV show. So they showed like a new trailer for the Halo show. And they showed a new trailer for Sonic 2, which I'm very excited for. I'm a very big fan. I love Jim Carrey. I love Idris Elba. I love, why can't I think, Ben Schwartz. So it's probably going to be a great film. It's probably going to be like Hop 2, if they ever made Hop 2. Hopefully better, though. So, I don't know. I didn't watch the trailer. There was only one thing that I was interested in because they showed like a little bit of stuff with Lego Star Wars. Like they sat down with the director and chatted with him. And I don't know. There wasn't anything like groundbreaking that they revealed there. It was just some cool behind the scenes stuff, which I always enjoy watching, like getting some insights from some developers. So that was pretty cool. But not a whole lot else. I know Horizon Frozen Ape came out today. I believe that's what it's called. And the reviews have been pretty good. I don't know if you've heard anything about it.
The game looks stunning.
Yeah.
The first next-gen PS5 game.
That does seem to be the case. Although I thought that Ratchet and Clank looked pretty good too. But
yeah, I feel like this is just going to push it more, though, because it's realistic looking.
Yeah. I haven't seen any gameplay or anything. I know that people were
pretty sick.
People were upset because she has facial hair. Like all people do.
Some gamers that haven't seen a woman in real life.
They're like, whoa, women have facial hair? That is wacky.
I don't know who started that, but honestly, that's just Reddit. I mean,
yeah.
Go outside.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of silly, but it's the same people who were surprised that Ellie was gay. So
true.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'll check it out because I was not. The first game I had a really hard time getting into, and I never did because I think the automated animations really killed it for me. If this game has hand animated cutscenes, then I might reconsider. But for now, it looks good. So that's all I have to say about that. Let's go into some show news because we got a lot of show news.
I'm sure there's no release dates that we can cover.
We actually have a lot of release dates.
Wow.
The first little bit of release date, the first thing that was announced is that the Obi-Wan Kenobi show is not coming out on May the 4th. It's coming out on May 25th. Buying themselves a little bit more time. I saw something that was like, it's what would it be? The 45th anniversary since A New Hope, and that's why they're doing it. So I guess that's a great excuse. So, yeah, we'll see. I think that's the next Star Wars show since Boba Fett is over, which I'm not going to go in depth and talk about it because I don't really have a whole lot to say. All I'm going to say, for those of you who have seen it, is that the spin was very stupid. I know that's very divisive. The spin was very dumb, and I don't think that it should be in there. And the last episode was kind of bad, but the Mandalorian stuff was pretty good. So that's all I need to say about the Boba Fett show. It was a mixed bag. Every episode was either really good or really bad. And it was about a halfway split. So that's epic. We'll see how the Kenobi show goes. they're already hyping up like Hayden Christensen is in it and he is so hot. I cannot wait to see him play Darth Vader.
Go.
So excited. Even though he was the worst part of the prequels, let's all just forget it.
Let's go.
So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. He was in Little Italy, and now he's
love
coming
Little
back. I love Little Italy too. I hope they make a sequel. That would be awesome. I would be surprised if they did, but I think it would be a box office smash. Yeah. That was the first bit of release date. The second release date. Ha ha! The second release date we need to talk about is for our favorite show, Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember if the teaser came out the last time we talked.
Yeah, it did. We
It
just
did?
didn't have- Yeah.
Okay. So the teaser was kind of, it was fine. It was just the twins walking on a crime scene. And then like the caption was like, we're coming back, mark your calendars. But then they never gave a release date.
Except they did.
Except they did. It was a very sneaky release date because on the
Bravo.
crime scene, they had like little tents, like the evidence tents as you would like mark things. And one was D and the other one was R. And D is the 4th letter and then R is the 18th. And so if you deciphered that, then you would see that it would be coming out April 18th. And when I saw people doing that in the comments, I was like, these guys are so stupid. This is like...
No, that sounded legit.
I know, but like I saw that and I was immediately thinking of the people in Our Breaking Bad who are like, do you think that because Hank's mineral is green that he likes cash and he just hates Marie and he's a trophy wife? And I was like, oh, these people are getting too into it. They probably just did a miscaption, but then they announced like a week later that it actually was April 18th. Which, boy, wasn't my face red. I'll tell you that.
You idiot.
I was really stupid.
Underestimated Vince.
I should have known that Vince Gilligan is a genius, and I should never doubt people who are digging too much into his television program.
Except you should.
Except I should, just not in that case, I guess.
My favorite form of Reddit karma farming is people just pointing out extremely obvious plot points and thinking that they're smart for seeing them.
Do you think that The Fly was an allegory for Walt's current state in Heisenberg? Yes, that's the whole point of the episode.
That's what it is.
So, the first episode of Better Call Saul is coming out on April 18th, 2 months away. So, we're going to be dealing with Atlanta and Better Call Saul at the same time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And I don't think...
I don't know if you saw this one. Barry's coming out.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
When's Barry coming out?
April... I think it's like a week after Saul.
Dude.
Like 24th or something.
Is Netflix really... Why would Netflix be releasing a Gizmo story? That's stupid. Yeah, it looks like April 24th.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah, that's a week later.
Mm-hmm.
Frick. We're getting everything all at the same time. So we got Atlanta, Better Call Saul, and Barry. Which I guess Barry we can watch in between. Because we're dealing with one episode a week.
Yeah.
For Atlanta and Better Call Saul. Except I think Atlanta, we're getting 2 episodes on the first day. I believe. I think I saw that. Because they're only half an hour. So they got like an hour slot. So, we'll see. Next day on Hulu. We'll talk about it on Saturday after that. So that's epic. All right. Wow, that's a lot. Speaking of stuff that we just watched, Smiling Friends, renewed for a 2nd season. We just watched Smiling Friends. We watched it while I was up in Wisconsin. We can do a brief discussion. I don't think we need to talk about it a whole long time. But what did you think about Smiling Friends?
It was very good.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. Put together by Psychic Pebbles, and I don't remember who else. It's someone else that's like a YouTube animator, I think, or it's someone at Adult Swim. But yeah, very good. I thought that it was probably one of the funniest animated shows
Refreshing.
I've seen. Yeah,
Yeah.
in a while. It has that classic Psychic Pebbles kind of abrupt chaos style, which I'm always a fan of. You got sick animation playing the boss, which he delivers the performance of a lifetime.
He really does.
He's
It's
hilarious.
so natural for him.
It really is. I love how he's credited as Mark M. And then you go to his IMDb page and he has no other credits and he has no picture. Just looks like a bot or something. But it's pretty good. They also got Mike Stocklassa from Red Letter Media. He's in it twice. I think he plays the first episode guy who's gonna kill himself, and then they like flash his picture up for like 1 second in the finale for some reason. So pretty epic. Got some nice cameos. Got some great writing. The
They
animation.
did the number 15 joke.
I forgot they got chills in there.
Yes.
I'll take a number 15.
Number 15.
Oh, it was really good. That honestly like made that episode. It was so funny.
Yeah.
There was a lot of, I don't know. It was just really good. It was short. It was like 8 episodes. Each one's 10 minutes long. It's kind of like Over the Garden Wall, where you can just like watch the whole thing in one sitting. And it's great. I recommend it. And it's coming back. Probably in like,
Hopefully soon.
yeah, probably in a year.
I need more.
Hopefully a year. We'll see. Psychic Pebbles infamously like does one cartoon and then dips forever. So
Great.
I hope, well, he has a contract now
Yeah.
where he can't do that, but yeah, very good. But speaking of some of the shows we're watching, we did get some news about season 4 of Atlanta. So the one that's coming after this one that's coming out next month. Season 4 is going to be the last season of the show. I
think
know.
we knew that.
It's the last season, and it's coming out this fall.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think he said that they were going to come out pretty quickly.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be that fast.
Because I know they filmed them together.
Yeah, they did. I knew that, but I was just like, maybe they'll do like year, like this
Stretch it
year and
out.
then next year, maybe.
Yeah.
No. So this season's going to end, and then probably in like a couple months, season 4 is going to come out.
Let's go.
That's pretty epic. We'll have to see. I'm excited for season 3. Those teasers that they've been releasing, that I've been getting ads on Twitter for, have been really weird. Given me kind of like that. It was kind of reminds me of like a Jordan Peele episode, where they're like,
Yeah, he's been doing a couple of those. He did some in season 2. That's really good.
that freaking Michael Jackson one.
Yeah, the Teddy.
Yeah.
whatever his face.
Yeah, I hope he goes all out. I know there was some stuff like that in season 1, season 2, but we'll have to see. They're in Europe now. They're not in Atlanta anymore.
I'd be terrified if I was with British people, so I'm sure you can make good content out of it.
That's true. Yeah, we'll have to see. I'm excited to see that. I'm a little bit sad that it's going to be ending, but I guess we'll have to see what Donald Glover does next. It's kind of up in the air. He's been working on this. He says it's going to be the best show ever, so I guess we'll be the judge of that, even though I did really enjoy season 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's been a minute since I've seen it.
Justified.
Yeah. I think I'm going to have to rewatch season 1, or at least just like listen to it, maybe have it on while I'm doing something else just to kind of refresh. Because it's been a year or 2 since we've seen Atlanta. And I do need, I might watch like the last season of Saul just to get caught up.
I have no idea where that left off, so.
I forgot. And that's not on Netflix, I think, still. So
Really?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I can check, but I don't think that most recent season is on Netflix yet.
It's crazy.
Let me double check right now. But that is the Cuphead show is out. That's pretty epic. I didn't know that. I forgot what the last season is. There's 4 seasons on Netflix. Is there 5?
Still don't have season 5 out. That's weird.
So then there's because this one's season 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we're gonna have to rewatch it, we'll have to go on Amazon. But that's okay. Okay. And last little bit of news. We talk about this show every time there's just a little bit of morsel of information. But The Last of Us show, we got a little bit of insight of the release date. Not coming out this year. And that's okay.
Wasn't expecting it.
Yeah. They officially confirmed that it's going to be coming out next year. No like time window, whether it's going to be like spring or fall or winter or whatever, which is fine. I don't have an issue with that. We have so much stuff coming out within the next couple of months, so this is fine. We'll be able to watch Atlanta. We'll finish off Saul. We'll get a new season of Barry. Black Mirror. That's not confirmed. But Stranger Things. Oh, I forgot about Stranger Things. Yeah. They said that not this next season, but the season after is going to be the last season.
But the season's in 2 parts. So are they talking about the second half of this season?
I don't know.
I'm thinking it's this season because the poster says that every end has a beginning. So I'm thinking this is the last one. Hopefully. Please end it.
I want this thing to be over.
It's a 2-part season.
I thought that, season 5. Stranger Things will end with a 5th and final season.
Oh.
I believe this is the penultimate season.
Okay.
And they split it up into 2 parts.
You meaning there's more after this super long season? That's crazy.
Yes. I don't know if this is Netflix trying. I know. I know. I think this is Netflix trying to do an HBO or Disney Plus where they're Marvel shows are getting so many views and they've been doing weekly. I wonder if they're well, what if we split our season into 2 parts and make people wait?
And then still have another season after that. Somehow.
Apparently.
Where the kids are 25.
Yeah, I saw that Millie Bobby Brown just turned 18.
Yeah.
Drake is no longer interested.
Drake is off speed dial. On to the next.
On to the next. I don't even... Olivia Rodrigo, is she under 18?
She's 19.
She's 19? Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know any underage pop stars that Drake can latch on to. I know. Crazy that I don't have that off dome. But yeah, I saw it, isn't it the Brooker brothers or no, Duffer? Who created Stranger Things? Is it the Duffer Brothers?
Duffer.
It is the Duffer Brothers. Yeah. They released a statement that said that this next one's going to be the last one. So we'll see. I have not watched the trailer for season 4.
Me neither.
I am just going to watch it blind.
Me too.
Season 3 was kind of it was fine.
You could tell it's going
going down a little bit. The first season's really good.
Oh yeah.
And then the second season is good, but I don't know if I would say that the second season is as good as the first one.
It's close, but
it's close.
And then season 3 is just the major quality dip.
I don't know. Why'd you do a music video for the Never-Ending Story out of nowhere? I don't know. There was a lot of questionable decisions. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Season 4. I hope they bring back what's his name? Sam from Lord of the Rings.
He did.
I know, but I want him to come back. He was such a nice guy.
It's always possible.
Can they bring back a nice guy? Because everyone else is so miserable all the time.
I'm sure they'll have a new character for comic relief, and then they'll die.
That would be so
Except
cool.
they won't actually die, and they'll be in a Russian containment camp
right, yeah.
somehow.
Yeah. Why wrap up Hopper's like arc?
Really good arc.
No, he's coming back.
It was a perfect arc, and then you just ruined it.
This is like The Last Jedi, where like Finn is like, I'm gonna sacrifice myself so that my friends can run away, and then Rose comes out of nowhere.
Just kidding.
And then she's like, we don't win by sacrificing ourselves. We win through love. And then they kiss, and then everyone dies. Yep. It's like that, except everybody hasn't died yet. But
not yet.
You know, it's just like, why set up these like big character moments and have stakes that actually matter?
And then marvel it.
Yeah. It's like Loki dies in Infinity War, but hey, he has his own show and he's back and it's an alternate dimension.
The only person they really killed is Iron Man. He gone.
And Chris Evans.
Yeah, but
yeah, I don't think Chris Evans coming back. I'm surprised they got Chris Hemsworth back. But I think Chris Hemsworth is like, I'll only be in it if I work with Taika Waititi and James Gunn only. Because I want to be funny.
It's a good contract. I want to have a good movie.
I want to have a good movie. Stop giving me bad movies. Yeah, I think that's the trick. So we'll see. I'll watch Stranger Things 4. But I'm not going to like it.
Watch it.
I might like it. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. Open mind.
Yeah, I'm going in. We'll see if they're able to recapture what made season 1 so great. Or
it's not offensive yet, so
it's not offensive. It's getting a little bit plasticky.
It's good. It's a little plastic, but it's nothing like too overtly like, oh god.
And I think, I think they do need to make some changes because kids with bikes has become a genre now. Thanks to them, they really started this. Or I don't know if they started it, but they popularized it.
They made it come back.
Yeah,
in force.
Because it was big with like Goonies and E.T. and stuff. Mac and Me.
Technically.
Stand By Me. Oh, that's a good example. But now it's back with It and Ghostbusters Afterlife and Stranger Things.
And Finn Wolfhard is in all of them.
Finn Wolfhard is in every single one.
He's the cunt. He's the cunt.
So we'll see. I don't know anything about it. Have you seen the trailer?
No.
Okay, I haven't either. I don't even know when it's coming out.
I saw the poster. That's it. It's like the first part's like May and the second part's July, I think.
Oh, okay. So not like super soon.
No.
The first set is May 27th, and then 5 weeks later on July 1st. Okay.
I liked when they released them like during the holiday that was occurring.
I mean, is this one set in the summer?
I don't know. I just remember like the Halloween one was like...
The Halloween one was cool.
The 4th of July one was like on 4th of July.
Right.
It was kind of cool.
What is May 27th? Is that like... I always get them confused. Is it like not Veterans Day, Memorial Day or something?
Memorial Day, yeah.
They have off. They have a week off. No, that's May 30th. That doesn't even... So
yeah, I don't know what they'll do with it. But
okay.
Maybe they're moving on. New direction.
Maybe. I would be open to them trying something new.
Yeah, do some wacky.
Doing some wacky stuff. So, time will tell. But I think that is everything I have in terms of show news. We do have to talk about Succession Season 3.
Did we do that already?
We have not done that yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I believe we were finishing off Succession Season 3 when we had our discussion for Season 2, and then we took a week off, and now we have to try to remember what happened in Succession Season 3.
I don't know.
You don't remember?
I do know.
It was a very eventful season.
It was a very eventful season, yes.
And a very great season, I would say.
Maybe the best one, perhaps.
I wouldn't argue with that. I don't know if I would be able to judge them. I feel like they're all equally good.
Yeah, they're all pretty equal. Which
is surprising for a show that has been coming out over the course of multiple years. You know, they take time off and, even great shows like, I would say like Fargo is a pretty good example of a show that started out pretty decent and then had like varying amounts of quality throughout. I feel like that's what you generally get, and Succession has somehow remained consistent And I don't know if it's because of HBO money. I don't know who's behind the helm. I feel like I should know that, and maybe keep an eye on them. I know that, like, was it Dara Schnapper? I think that's the name that kept, like...
That's a name that comes up.
It comes up it's like the first thing that shows up on the credits. But I don't know who made Succession. If I just search Succession creator. Jesse Armstrong. So...
Pretty cool.
Good job. But this season, we had the, I guess, Spoy Boys for Succession. Always got to throw that out. This season, season 2 ended with, oh wow, I can't even remember their names. Ken, wow. With Ken doing the big stab in the back on Logan, kind of throwing him under the bus in terms of the, like, cruise scandal, the sexual assault stuff. And now we're kind of dealing with the aftermath, where again we're dealing with the Kendall versus Logan, which we were dealing with season 1. And then season 2 we had punished Kendall, and now we're back where he's a phoenix and he's very high on... I don't think he was ever on drugs.
Just high on life.
He was high on life. He was...
He wasn't. It was...
Yeah, he was compensating. He was dealing with so much adrenaline and stuff.
So much cocaine.
I don't think he got back on the cocaine. I think after he killed a kid. Although I don't think he... Okay, where do you stand? Do you think that Kendall killed the kid?
I mean... He did not kill him.
Yeah, it's kind of like a gray area. It's like, I don't think he's directly responsible for his death, but he could have, like, I guess, called someone, but there's no saving him, really. It's like, even if you call the authorities, by the time they get there, he's going to drown.
Yeah, but, I mean...
So I guess he could have tried.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. It's hard to say. Because, like, you try to put yourself in that situation, but you're not dealing with all the stuff. He's high on all these different drugs, and he's, like, just trying to get another hit. So he's got all this stuff going on, and then the accident happens, and he's got, like, he's going through all this panic and adrenaline and stuff, and he's probably not even thinking about the guy who's sitting next to him, and by the time he realizes it, it's probably way too late anyways. So, I don't know. It's a weird situation. But I think that's what makes it a good plot point, is that, well, it's like, what would you do? I don't know. Probably the same thing he did. Maybe. Does that make me a bad person? I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Hypothetically,
I'm a piece of garbage. Yeah, so we're back. Everything is angry. Tom wants to have a baby. Greg is...
Go to jail.
He wants to go to jail. Well, he doesn't want to go to jail, but he's probably going to go to jail. So, yeah. I wish that he and Shiv got a divorce, because I think that they're not very good for each other. Shiv is bad, and Tom just wants to have, like, the white picket fence and rule the world. So... Not really a great fit, because Shiv is very emotionally manipulative.
A little bit.
Tom doesn't really deserve
She
that.
does a little bit of emotional manipulation.
Just a hair.
Yeah.
Just a hair. But we got a little bit more of the Macaulay... Wow, not Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin's not in this show. Although that would have been funny if they were like, here's your long-lost brother, Damien Roy. And he's like, hey, I'm Macaulay Culkin.
Man. I was exiled.
I was exiled. I was on the cruise. Whoa, you can't come in here. That would be pretty funny. But I don't think they would do that, because then no one would take the show seriously. But what's Kieran's name? Roman Roy.
Yes.
Because he's named after the wolf. Romulus.
Romulus.
Yes. That's one of the wolves that...
Name.
It's a very rich, like, guy who
Person.
wants to found a dynasty.
Yeah.
'Cause I think that's like...
Prince Andrew III type thing.
Yeah. I think Romulus is one of the wolves that founded Rome and like the old like myth. It's like Remus and Romulus.
That lines up with the lore then.
Yeah. That's like if you ever see like an old Roman painting of like a wolf with like big tits like nursing a baby. You know what I'm talking about? You ever seen something like that?
One yesterday, I think.
Oh, okay, good. That's one of the wolves. Because they nurse a baby back to life, and then it becomes the first emperor of Rome.
Crazy stuff.
It's crazy stuff, and it's all true too. But that's what he's named after. It's a little bit of a history joke for those who get it. It's very, it's very hidden. Not a lot of people are gonna know that. But yeah, he's dating an old lady, kind of echoing what happened in Ozark. Kind of, not really.
Not at all, but like
Roman is like in his 30s instead of like 19.
But mentally he is 12.
Yes, he is not. Yeah, he has some stuff to work through. All of them have stuff to work through.
It's just he has more stuff to work through.
Yes.
Than stuff not to work through.
Correct. I think that probably applies for most of the character. At least like the main three.
I feel like Shiv is very functioning besides just destroying everything around her.
She's functioning.
She's a very functioning person.
Yeah, but she's also like a psychopath.
Yeah, but like she functions.
Yeah, she's a functioning psychopath.
Yeah.
Where she passes as being very like with it and on top of things. More so than Roman or Kendall. And Connor? Connor's weird.
The biggest lost cause.
Yeah. He's
just saying something.
Yeah. He was kind of like, I'm no longer running for president, and now he's like, I am back to running for president. I don't know. Is he going to be running as a Republican or as a Libertarian? I guess only time will tell.
The difference?
Ho ho. Biting political commentary on the Boy Time channel. So I guess we'll see. It looks like he's getting married to his mistress? ? Girlfriend? I feel
so bad for her.
Yeah, I don't. She doesn't deserve any of this.
She's in it for the bag. I can respect it.
Yeah, she much like, I'm not saying that she's a gold digger, but she is dating Connor Roy for the money.
Yes.
I think that's how
there's no other likable quality about
Why else would you be dating Connor Roy? Yeah. Aside from the fact that he was in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
True, but...
That's pretty hot. Have you seen Matthew Broderick? He's a smoke show.
Awooga.
Yeah, that's weird. But yeah, this season was pretty good. It ended on another cliffhanger. A big shocker. There was... this is what I've been saying the whole time we've been talking about Succession, is that I want it to lead to this big civil war. And it kind of ended with that. With the three main siblings ganging up on their father, who is looking to sell the company, which would essentially, screw them over, get rid of, all their shares, and then they would all be, quote-unquote, broke, even though they're all millionaires. So they were like, oh no, we can't have this happen. And so then they're trying to work some stuff out with the shareholders. They're trying to ensure that it doesn't get a supermajority, and as long as they don't vote for it, then it'll be good because of how the divorce settlement with Logan and their mom worked, is that she made sure that the kids and her would like have like 41% or whatever, just so that it wouldn't be able to get a super majority and that he wouldn't be able to sell the company. But when they get there, they find out that, oh no, mom reopened the divorce settlement and got rid of that clause, basically handing him the reins to sell the company, without the kids' like input, whatever. So that's what it looked like, and he probably wouldn't have done that if, big shock number 2, Tom didn't betray Shiv.
You coward.
I know. Very big surprise.
I can't believe you.
My mouth was aghast when I saw.
Tom's Heisenberg arc was probably one of the best payoffs.
I think so.
His Joker arc.
This is his Joker arc.
In the last 5 minutes of the last episode.
Well, it was like a pretty big misdirect, because like you see him talking with Greg, which Greg really has the best arc this season.
Greg is fantastic.
He gets a girlfriend, and then he's like, actually, I'm too good for my girlfriend.
He's too good for this. I love him so much.
Starts kissing on a princess. Yeah, I love Greg. You gotta love Greg. He's a little bit of he's a little slimy. You can't really trust him.
Yeah, but like he's like a good amount of slimy.
Yeah,
to the point where it wasn't really his fault. That he's just adapting to a situation.
He's really just going with the flow. He's just trying his best. Yeah. Like, he really is the most sympathetic. I think if Greg's character was in like any other show, he would be like the worst guy. He would represent like the big business, and he's just like, oh, he isn't doing anything to stop this evil company from taking over. What an asshole. But like in this show, he's like the best.
He's just chilling.
I love Greg so much. But you see Tom talking with Greg, and he's like, hey, I got a deal with the devil. Do you want in? And then Greg's like, heck yeah, I want in. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I don't need any other further clarification. I'm just in with Tom, even though Tom has been horrible to him basically since day one. But, who cares? And so we think that, Tom is going to side with Shiv and Kendall, obviously, because he's married to Shiv after all. But that's the big Joker's twist, is that his deal with the devil is with Logan instead of Shiv, basically betraying his own wife. So and she knows. It's a very...
They're going to fight to the death in this season.
I hope so. But... I don't know. It was interesting how they revealed it, because it was like Tom like doesn't know that Shiv knows, because like it was like Logan went out the door and like patted him on the back, basically, like, so we know why or how he knew to reopen the divorce settlement. And then he comes back in, and we only see it through like the crack as the door's closing. Which is like apparent, like representing what Shiv would see. And then as he comes in, then he comes in and he's like, oh no, Shiv, you're so sad. I'm so sorry. It didn't work out for you. I wish there was something I could have done. This is so sad.
Oh no.
And so it was like, whoa, what's going to happen? Is it going to be the three of them?
Gonna murder him.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that Tom would be on Kendall's side, but because they kind of set that up.
Always was a slime ball.
He was a slime ball, but they did kind of set up, because like Kendall like went out to dinner with Tom and was like, "Hey, I really like you. I want you on my team," and Tom didn't seem to be like super against it, but that was also when he thought he was going to be going to jail.
He was weighing his options.
Yes, so. We'll have to see. It looks like it was going to be different players than I thought. I thought that Roman was going to be on Logan's side, because obviously. But no. He actually took a stand for once in his life. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
So we'll have to see. I don't think the Emmys have happened yet, but I sure hope that this show sweeps. I don't know what it's against. The Crown. The Crown wins every year, so... I guess we'll see.
Cringe.
Yeah. When is the Emmys? April. Okay, well, I guess we'll see. But that's all I have to say about Succession. Very good. Check it out if you haven't, even though we just spoiled the whole show as of now.
You gotta go through the journey to get there, though.
Yes.
It's all about that journey.
Yeah, it's not about the destination. It really is just because we probably like glossed over like whole episodes and what happened.
We glossed over entire character arcs.
That's true. Like Greg had this whole thing where he had like a lawyer, and it's like he wanted to make sure he had the right
He was
lawyer.
gonna sue a charity. It's really cool.
Yeah, he's suing a charity because his grandpa gave his inheritance to a charity. So he decided that he's gonna sue basically like the Red Cross or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
it's pretty funny. He's like I said, in any other show, Greg would be the bad guy, but you know.
He's just our quirky, tall, white boy, and I love him.
Yeah, we had to look it up. He's 6'7".
He's crazy.
That's crazy how tall he is. And
That was the best part of the Super Bowl was seeing
That's
him.
right. I was going to mention that he was in a Super Bowl commercial. I saw Tom was recently in a movie too, called The Assistant. Who, the assistant, is played by Ruth from Ozark.
Oh,
Yeah,
crossover episode.
it's a crossover episode. It would not be anything that you would be interested in. No. It is a movie about Ruth plays the assistant to a Harvey Weinstein type, but like she works in the New York office, so it isn't like the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, but she's working in like the New York office, and Tom basically plays the HR manager. So when she like reports the assaults, then Tom's like, maybe we shouldn't be doing that. Which is like the perfect cast, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
exactly.
Tom is that guy.
Yeah. So, I've heard it's a great movie. I don't know. I've heard it's just really slow because you're literally just watching her be an assistant for like 40 minutes and
She
then
really likes
something
those
happens.
movies, doesn't she?
She does. She likes these
Let her just
arty
do
stuff.
something for 2 hours.
She's into the artsy stuff.
Yeah.
Which, more power to her. Doing what she likes. So I'm glad that like she's getting recognized because she is a great actor in Ozark. I'm glad she's landing roles after the show. But that's actually it for show news / discussion. We have just a hair of stuff to talk about for movies. We did get a new Lightyear trailer. That's for sure coming out June 17th. And they announced that Taika Waititi is going to be in it. Not involved in the production at all, but he's just going to be in it. Yeah, I think he's playing like his assistant. I saw like photos of like Lightyear with like he looked like a quirky sidekick, and that's who Taika Waititi is playing. Which if you've seen Jojo Rabbit, that's a perfect cast. It's just a little bit weird because he usually plays things in like movies he's directing. So like in What We Do in the Shadows, he plays one of the main vampires, and in Jojo Rabbit he plays Hitler, which is funny because he's half Jewish. So
It's pretty funny.
I think he's half Jewish and half New Zealand, like I'm going to mispronounce this. It's like Maori. It's like the indigenous people of New Zealand. So it's funny that he's playing Hitler.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Which it's a great movie if you haven't seen it. But he's also going to be in Lightyear. And that's all I have to say. I didn't watch the trailer. I saw that Zurg is in it, though.
I love Zurg.
I do, too. It was a great Star Wars parody.
It really was. That they're milking legally now.
Legally. And then the other little bit of news is the Oscar nominations were announced. Did you see the Oscar nominations?
Nope.
I'm so angry.
No clue.
Okay. I haven't seen the majority of what's up there. In terms of Best Picture stuff, Belfast, which I actually do kind of want to see. It's that black and white movie about, I think it's the Irish Revolution. Coda. Oh, that one's the one that has like frick. I think it's like a deaf person that's in it. And it's an Apple TV Plus. Yeah. So that one's there. Don't Look Up, which is that Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Don't Look Up.
Yeah, I know. My favorite review of Don't Look Up is it's a master class of acting where Leonardo DiCaprio pretends to be into women his own age.
That's crazy.
It's a very funny joke. Drive My Car. I have no idea what that is. I believe that's a foreign movie. Dune. Obviously Dune. King Richard, that Will Smith movie about Venus and Serena Williams, but it's about Will Smith. Licorice Pizza, everyone's favorite film. Nightmare Alley, this one would be my pick. The Power of the Dog, I actually just watched that last week, and I will talk about it very briefly. And West Side Story with Steven Spielberg. Weird omissions, no French Dispatch. I guess they hate Wes Anderson. Well, I don't expect Pig to be Best Picture. But Pig, spoiler alert, was not nominated for anything. Even though I considered it one of the best movies of last year. And my opinion should carry weight. Instead, Licorice Pizza looks like it's probably going to win. If I was to make any guesses for what's going to win Best Picture, I'm going to put all of my chips in Licorice Pizza, even though I think that Nightmare Alley or Dune are better movies, even though Francis Ford Coppola would disagree with me about Dune. It's a very... did you hear about that Coppola interview? Okay. People are mad at Francis Ford Coppola because he said something that was absolutely correct. Basically the same, like, remember when Martin Scorsese was like, Marvel movies, they're all like theme park rides and I hate them. And everyone hated him because he spoke the truth. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Francis Ford Coppola basically said the same thing. He just said all Marvel movies seem the same, and even bigger budget good movies like Dune or No Time to Die also kind of feel the same, and they all hated him because he was right. I don't know why Francis Ford Coppola did an interview. I don't think he has a movie coming out. He might, but I thought he was retired. He made The Godfather and then he dipped. It's a funny joke because he has a lot of good movies. Funny joke. But yeah, Licorice Pizza's probably going to win. I know that the industry absolutely loves this movie, even though I think the popular audience does not like this movie. I think the Twitter people were upset because of the Asian joke, the Asian accent joke, which I think we already talked about on the show. I don't have a problem with that because the joke isn't on the Asian person, it's on the white person doing the Asian accent, clearly as a joke.
Joke challenge, impossible difficulty.
They just see anybody doing an offensive accent and just immediately assume that Paul Thomas Anderson is a racist. That is not the case. I wish I could write this movie off as just being racist. Like if Mel Gibson made a movie, it would be very easy to be like, this movie sucks because Mel Gibson hates Jewish people. I can't do that for Paul Thomas Anderson, unfortunately. I just think it's weird to have a 15-year-old date like a 26-year-old.
That was a different time.
No. I wish. The movie, I think it's really weird. And they really emphasize the fact that he's 15. Like there are multiple scenes where like he's like playing with his friends and they're like making fart noises and like doing stuff that, you know, teenagers do. And she's 26 and she's just like, oh, this is so immature. And it's like, yeah, why are you hanging out with a 15-year-old boy? You should be out, you know, doing whatever 26-year-olds do in like San Bernardino, California. What are you doing?
You just don't get the artsiness of it.
okay, I like Paul Thomas Anderson. There Will Be Blood and The Master are absolutely phenomenal films. I have not seen Boogie Nights yet. I should. It's on my list. Every other one of his movies have been an absolute slam dunk. I think this one's just a really big misstep. This is his COVID movie. So obviously there are some restrictions. I think he just wanted to do something with a smaller scale, go back to his hometown, be with his family, and while he's there, make a movie. Kind of what, I can't say kind of what Tarantino did, because Tarantino made Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And this is Paul Thomas Anderson, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But instead of making it about compelling characters, he made it about a 15-year-old boy who likes to start businesses and is good at charming people, but is a 15-year-old boy at the end of the day. Which is weird. I don't like it. But some people, the industry people are applauding this movie, saying that I think they're overlooking the weird, that weird part of it, and they're taking the two characters separately as being in two very pivotal points in people's lives, where it's when you're 15, you're kind of moving out of adolescence and into adulthood, and trying to find that transition can be tricky. And then,
which isn't even true.
I think, in a way, back then, things just started earlier. And so his mom is kind of out of the picture. She's an agent, so she's always with her clients. And she's played by the waitress in Always Sunny, which I think is very funny.
Let's go.
She is very funny in the movie. But he's very much left to his own devices. He starts a waterbed business and rents out a place and has a call center where people can call in to make orders, and he's very independent for a 15-year-old boy. I don't know how many times I can bring up that he is 15 years old, but I'm going to keep doing it.
Too many.
But and then when you're older and you're 26, you're out on your own, which she's not. She still lives with her parents. But I think the argument is that it's you're trying to gain that independence. You're ready to move on, but you're still stuck at home. And so you're meeting these new people and it's exciting. And it's just oh, they're perfect for each other, because Gary needs someone to be with because he doesn't really have any older maternal figures in his life. And she needs someone to take care of, and it's a beautiful piece about two people in pivotal moments of time in their lives coming together, and then it's so cute and romantic. And I don't like that. I don't like the symbolism. If you're gonna do that, make it a good movie. And it really, I don't like the either character. The 15-year-old boy is a 15-year-old boy, so it's it's written pretty well, but 15-year-old boys are gross, and I do not want to be around them, because yuck, So it's weird. It's weird, but I guarantee you, mark my words, this is my prediction, it's going to win Best Picture, because the two other frontrunners are Dune and Power of the Dog. Both of those movies, I think Dune actually has the most nominations this year, which I think is pretty expected for stuff like visual effects and sound design and best adaptation screenplay. I don't really know what would go up against that. But some of the more behind the scenes costume design and makeup and hair and makeup and whatever, that stuff's a shoe-in for Dune, because Dune on a technical level is fantastic. And, I did watch Power of the Dog. I will talk about it very, very briefly, because honestly, I don't have a whole lot to say. I don't think it deserves all of the praise it's getting. I watched it. I initially wanted to pass on it because Benedict Cumberbatch is the lead, and I have beef with Benedict Cumberbatch, as is stated on the show. I've mentioned this. I don't know if I've mentioned it since we've been to audio services. But I have beef with Benedict Cumberbatch, not so much with him, but more so with producers who cast him in everything, because I don't think he's very good at, like, he's not a very good actor. He's very one-dimensional. He can play one character really well, and that is the, like, off-putting, kind of too smart for his own good. I guess kind of his character in Sherlock, even though I haven't seen any Sherlock, but it's like that, like, he's a weirdo, kind of, but he's also kind of like, you know, like Doctor Strange before he gets powers, and he's like just a smart-ass doctor, douchebag that nobody likes. That's who Benedict Cumberbatch should always play. But instead they, like, always seem to get him in, like, these big blockbuster movies where he's playing, like, a big lovable oaf, and he's like, he's a weird guy. It's like getting Alan Rickman to play, like, the lead in Paddington. And it's like, what are you doing? That's not who Alan Rickman plays. So I was like, I'm not gonna watch The Power of the Dog. It's gonna be some, like, campy, like, drama with Benedict Cumberbatch, and he's gonna learn to get over his love, whatever. Knowing nothing about The Power of the Dog, I thought it was gonna be like a dog movie too. There's not a dog in the movie, which frankly is the biggest lie of the year. Actually, no, wait, there is a dog. Frick. But it's
Just lied to me.
I didn't mean to. But the story is about Benedict Cumberbatch and Jesse Plemons, who is Todd. I will be referring to him as Todd for the remainder of the review, because A, I don't remember his name in the movie, and B, because that's how I know him as.
It's Todd.
He's Todd. So Benedict Cumberbatch, I wish I would remember. I'm going to call him Old Benny G, and Todd. So Benny G and Todd, they own a ranch together. I believe they inherited it from their parents, even though their parents are both still alive. I don't know exactly the situation. It's like Benny G likes talking about his old friend Bronco Henry, and he's like, Bronco Henry is like this old guy who, like, taught them everything that they know about ranching. But Benny G's kind of an asshole. Everyone hates Benny G. He just yells at his wait staff. He yells at his brother. He yells at his fellow ranch hands. He's really just a bad guy. And Todd, he falls in love with Kirsten Dunst, who runs the nearest restaurant. It's a very nice restaurant, I guess, in terms of, like, I believe it's 1925 is when it's set. So it's like, you know, there's like 2 tables, and then, like, there's a old playing piano that you could, like, load in musical sheets and it'll play for you. It's one of those restaurants. But he falls in love with Kirsten Dunst, and Kirsten Dunst has a son who is, it is implied that he has, like, some mental things. His father, I believe his father is either dead or left them. So Kirsten Dunst is a single mother raising her son, and her son is the one that is waiting tables, and Benny G is, you know, he's a horrible man, and he starts, like, making fun of the son. It's pretty horrible stuff. But the story as it goes is that, you know, Todd falls in love with Kirsten Dunst. They get married. Kirsten Dunst moves into the ranch with her son, and her son and her are constantly being basically abused by Benny G. And it's very sad. It's not a very, like, good movie. But I guess spoilers for Power of the Dog. Okay, now that the dumb idiots are gone that care about this dumb movie, Benny G starts, like, mentoring her son. He's like, hey, we got off on the wrong foot. I'm going to make you a rope. And, you know, as soon as he said that, you know where that's going, right?
No.
No, you don't know? Benny G is a horrible man, and he constantly makes fun of this mentally challenged boy. And he's like, I'm going to make you a rope, and when I'm done with it, I'm going to teach you how to use it.
They're going to go fishing.
They're not going to go fishing. So the whole time, I'm thinking, I'm waiting, because Benny G was like an asshole for like the first half of this movie. And then finally, like on a dime, he switches and is like, you know what? I'm going to be nice to you now. And I'm going to make you a rope out of leather straps. Which, you know, their ranch, they do kill cows, and then they like dry out the skins, and then they burn the skins because they don't want anyone to have them. I don't know why. They don't sell them. They sell the meat, but never the skins. I don't know if it's ever explained why, but that is why they do it on their ranch. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to use the skins that we were going to burn, and I'm going to turn it into a rope. And the son, he's like trying to become a doctor. He's like going to medical school. He wants to be a surgeon. And it's established in the movie that he likes like taking apart animal carcasses. So like he finds a rabbit and traps it. And then he like cuts it open and starts taking all of its guts out and like starts writing, like doing like anatomy studies on it. But like everyone's like, oh, that's a weird boy, which granted is a little strange.
Number one sign of a serial killer.
I know. Which does lead into the film, actually.
Wow, who would have thought?
I know. So one of the, like, as Benny G and the son start, like, developing a relationship, the son asks, like, hey, do you ever, like, lose cows when you're out ranching? And Benny G is like, well, you know, sometimes, you know, they, anthrax, that's what it's called. Like, I don't know, I didn't know that you just, like, dug up anthrax and it was just in the dirt, and apparently just cows can get it while they're eating grass. But apparently that's a thing. But he's like, hey, you can, yeah, sometimes they eat anthrax and they just die. So, like, it's established that, like, the son also, like, has been, like, going out on hikes and then, like, finding these dead cows and then, like, you know, chopping them up and doing anatomy studies on them because he wants to be a surgeon. So, you know, some local Native American tribes come in and they're like, hey, we want to use your skins. We see that you have them drying. Can we use them? We need them to start making housing because it is about to be winter. And some of the ranch hands are like, nope, we're going to burn these skins. You're not going to get any of them. But then Kirsten Dunst is like, please take them. And then that makes Benny G very angry. So Benny G is like, I'm furious. I'm not going to be able to finish my rope for my best friend, this boy. And then the boy's like, actually, I have some skins. And then Benny G is like, wow, that is awesome. I can't wait to finish this rope for you, my best friend. And so then he starts like doing the rope. He like gets the skins from the boy, which we all know is from like these dead carcasses that have been rotting in the sun. And so then he's like making the rope, and he has like this bucket of water, and he's like making the rope, and he has this cut on his hand from when he goes hiking earlier in the movie. And so like there's this shot of him like dunking his hand in the water, and like the blood is mixing with it as he's like working this leather. And then he's like, I finished the rope. What a nice rope. And then he dies. Benny G dies. It's crazy. It's a big twist. No one ever sees it coming. You want to know how he died?
Fishing.
Anthrax. He got anthrax from the dead cow. And as the like...
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Sometimes it'd be like that. And like... Jesse Plemons is like, anthrax? There's no way that could be anthrax. He only works with the cleanest cows. And then it cuts to the boy, and he has like this like smirk on his face. He's like, haha, my mom hated that guy, so I killed him with anthrax cow. And that's how the movie ends.
Now I don't have to watch the movie.
Yeah. Also, Benny G is gay. I don't know if I mentioned that. The movie hardly mentions that. So I don't know if that's important to bring up. But the son is out hiking and he finds Benny G's like hideout spot, and he has like old like I guess Playboy for women of like the 20s, where it's just like studs who are like flexing really hard and they're naked. And he finds like old magazines and he's like, wow, Benny G is gay. And then he kills him. I don't know. I don't know why that's there. I guess because maybe Benny G is like falling in love with the son. I don't know. It's never really explained. And then by the time they like actually start to like each other, Benny G just dies of anthrax poisoning, and then the movie ends. But it's been nominated for like 10 or 11 awards for like best. I think he's probably gonna win for best actor. Benny G. Even though I think Andrew Garfield was also nominated for Tick Tick Boom. Will Smith. And then Denzel Washington for The Tragedy of Macbeth.
Will Smith's winning it.
I think Will Smith's going to win. This does raise a very interesting question. Why make a movie about Serena and Venus Williams' dad?
We've talked about that.
We've talked about this on the show?
Multiple times.
Oh. Sorry, show viewers, watchers, listeners. I'll get it right eventually. Don't watch King Richard. Demand better for Venus and Serena Williams. Even though I think it was Serena who just yelled at a ref and threw a ref at it, her racket at the ref.
It was like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Still, it's recent. I never forget. I'm like an elephant.
Name one other thing Serena Williams has done.
Won tennis.
Played tennis, sweaty.
What else has Serena Williams done, huh?
Played tennis.
You say one other thing she's done. Other than
I'm not criticizing her.
I'm just saying she did that. She did do it. Can't say that she didn't do it. And she plays tennis. But suffice to say, I think that Dune and The Power of the Dog, they're going to sweep all the lesser ones. So, Power of the Dog is probably going to win Best Actor. You're going to get Best Director for Denis Villeneuve. And then you're going to get all those sound stuff is going to go to Dune. Visual effects going to be to Dune. And then Licorice Pizza, boom, that's your Best Picture because it's all about politics, right? You give the big one to Paul Thomas Anderson so that people will shut up about it, but you give the lesser ones to the movies that actually deserve it. Like how you do the Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield both in supporting actors and making it so that there is no leading actor in the movie. It's stuff like that. I know how these award shows work. I'm so smart. And watch, I'm going to be correct.
This is cutthroat analysis.
I know. This is all little secret information.
This is top secret.
But for those who don't know, I think that's how it's going to play out. On March 27th, so about a month from now, we'll see. And we will be doing an in-depth analysis of every Oscar that wins.
You will. I'll just be sitting in the corner. I can care less.
I don't have a whole lot of opinions because I would be more invested if...
You just said 20 minutes of opinions.
I was giving details about the Todd movie. I thought it was fine. I don't know. I don't think it deserved... It got like 10 nominations. I don't think it was that good. I don't know. I could see it being nominated for Best Picture, but also Don't Look Up was nominated for Best Picture, so I guess the rules are just thrown out.
That's my favorite movie, so...
Okay, well, excuse me then. We'll see. And then for animated...
Encanto wins.
Encanto, Luca, Mitchell's versus the Machines, and Raya and the Last Dragon. I'm actually going Mitchell's and the Machines on this one. But I think that Encanto
But will they
give
it to him?
No.
Yeah.
No, they will not. But I did enjoy Mitchell's versus the Machines. It was very funny. It had that Phil Lord comedy style on it. And with a twinge of Gravity Falls. Because that's who it was made by. So, very good Yeah, that is the Oscars. Who's the biggest snub of the Oscars? Leave it in the comments down below. I'll read it.
There are comment sections on Spotify.
Go to our YouTube channel, Boytime Podcast, and then leave a comment.
Or Apple, maybe. I don't know how these work.
You can leave a review on Apple. So leave a review for this episode. Give it 5 stars. And then tell us what are the biggest snubs of the Oscars. Personally, I was hoping that Trolls World Tour would be there again. But I guess not.
Just like a random review that has no context. They just say Trolls World Tour and nothing else.
Yeah, I won't remember.
That'd be fun.
I won't remember. I know people were very upset because Tick Tick Boom did not get, I guess, enough. I don't know.
Tick Tick Boom sounds like a baby movie, so it probably doesn't deserve any credibility ever, you know?
Grant did say it was really good, so that means it's probably bad.
Oh, okay.
But I've also heard other people say it was really good. So, I don't know. It's not your type of movie. I know that for sure. It's about the guy who wrote Rent, the musical.
Oh, yeah. I definitely don't care.
It's a musical about the guy who wrote Rent, the musical.
No.
Yeah, you're not going to like it. I should probably watch it just because I've heard that Andrew Garfield is great, and I do like musicals.
I do like Andrew Garfield.
I do like Andrew Garfield. But I think the guy from Rent, like, died, like, a week before Rent, like, first dropped on, I don't know the terminology. It first was shown on Broadway, and now it's, like, one of the longest running shows. Other than The Lion King. No. The Beauty and the Beast. And The Phantom of the Opera. And Wicked. Okay, let's talk about music. What happened in 2 weeks for music?
Nothing.
Wow.
Just kidding.
That was
Idiot.
That was a good fake out.
They probably clicked off the podcast by now.
Oh, wow. Don't try to trick them.
Yeah, I won't.
I'm desperate for their viewership.
This is a no fun zone.
Oh, right.
This is serious.
Yes.
I guess we'll talk about Kanye first. Since, you know, he can't get off of Instagram or anything else. So might as well just talk about all of that stuff first.
We have to go into detail about all this?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
I literally cannot care less about what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't care about Kanye.
But I'm talking about Genius. I'm talking about release dates. I'm talking about
Genius.
features.
Oh, Genius.
Yes. Genius Chapter 1 episode.
I think it's
whatever
Chapter
it is,
1.
Part 1, Chapter 1 is out on Netflix.
Yes, it is.
It is very good. I'm so glad that they did not give him creative.
Yes.
That they had to have him check it off.
So they didn't have him. They didn't have him input stuff like that.
I mean, he had input, but he didn't have the final say, which
Okay.
is good.
That is good.
Because that would kind of ruin the point.
I was hoping, like, I saw that he was involved, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah. It's fine that he's involved. It literally doesn't matter. You can't spin it a certain way when it's literally all just footage, like, from the time. There's no reenactments. There's no interviews.
Oh.
It's just straight.
Oh, it's just footage?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a guy that started documenting it and making the documentary in 2002, I think.
Oh, okay.
So it's been a 20-year thing. So it's just him being the narrator, and then all the footage is actual footage. So this is the best Kanye documentary firsthand that you'll ever get, probably.
Yeah,
This is
I mean,
straight from the source.
yeah, it's just footage.
Anybody can watch a Jobbery video, part 2.
The Jobbery is a great one.
It is a good one, but this is like where you get like the real
Yeah,
good stuff.
this is a primary source, if you will.
Yeah, it's very primary source.
Yes.
But you get to see everything. It's good seeing old Kanye. It's so cool.
Young Kanye.
Yuck. I hate the original Kanye who was not problematic. Hardest working individual.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really, really good. I feel like it's just a very good like documentary. It's none of that like documentaries can get boring if they do like the constant like here's someone we're interviewing and they're going to talk about something and then we show footage to back up that thing and then we'll move on to the next thing. This one is very like here's a timeline of everything. We have the narrator going in, and it's not like just typical praising Kanye or whatever. It's like, here's our journey. We went from here to here, doing this. Here's the footage of that. I'll make little like rebuttals and stuff as we go through. But I mean, everybody's heard the story of Kanye like a million times, but seeing it with actual footage is nice. You get like the real feeling of it and everything. You get to see him play his college dropout for all the industry people, and then have them be like really, really like not into it, and then like they'll even have coworkers come in their office while he's still playing it and pitching it, and just start talking to him like Kanye isn't even in the room. All that kind of stuff. So
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's very cool to see. I'm very interested to see what part 2's got.
It's going to be 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll get very interesting very quickly, because I'm guessing this guy has footage from all the album rollouts. So we might get Twisted Fantasy like footage for the first time ever, because there were no phones or anything allowed in there.
Right.
It was strictly locked down. So that'll be cool. But I think it ended with College Dropout like being a thing and coming out. So I don't know what years they're going to through part 2, but you're gonna have to get through 15 years in 2 episodes. So however they do that, I'll be interested. But it's very, very good.
Have you seen Summer of Soul?
No, I've been meaning to watch it. I just haven't.
Coward. It's like that. We don't need to talk about it, but you should watch it.
It's a good style documentary.
Yeah. It's very much just like, here's what's happening.
It's less like going through story beats like every other Kanye like story has gone.
Yeah.
Because if you watch one Kanye documentary video, you've seen them all. It's the same beats over and over again.
Right.
You can only say so much about it, but this is straight from the source.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Outside of old Kanye, we have new Kanye.
Oh, good.
On Tuesday, if it comes out.
Probably.
I don't know. Probably not. But like,
on the stem player.
On the stem player, you do not have to pay $200 to listen to it. I always forget how stupid the media is until they cover Ukraine versus Russia and Kanye West. Those are the only two.
Those are the only two things.
Just recently, those are the ones I'm like, man,
we are like, really? Those are the only 2 instances you can think of.
Those are the ones I get mad at.
Okay.
But yeah, you don't need the stem player. It's only available on the stem player service, so you can still download the album, I believe, for free. I'm like 99% sure.
It's for free?
I mean, yeah.
What is the stem player service?
Sign up for the stem player service. That's how you get stuff onto the stem player. It's just a website.
But I thought he was making a big deal about like artists not being paid anything on streaming services. So I thought he was going to be making people like buy.
He's on his own streaming service.
Yeah, but you should like, if he's going to make a big soapbox thing about this, like Spotify and Apple Music being like really bad to their artists, which they are, then that gives you an excuse to be like, hey, paid like $10 for my album, like the good old.
But he
days.
doesn't need the money.
No, he doesn't.
Other platforms' money or publicity.
I know, but like that's what I'm saying. He's making a big deal about like this streaming service is not paying people, so it's like, well, then follow through. But no,
I think it's better that he just makes it for free.
I mean, I guess we'll see.
It's like you're not getting any of this money, you know. And yeah, he obviously doesn't need it.
That's true. Yeah.
He did more than Neil Young did.
Well, yeah, it's Neil Young though. It's like, who cares about Neil Young?
Exactly.
Except I like Neil Young.
Kanye does it. No music on YouTube, Spotify, Apple.
Yeah.
Any streaming service except this one. So, you know those the freaking mega files are about to go crazy.
Yeah, they
People
are.
are just gonna be passing out down to two to people like
Is
backhand.
Is he
crazy.
pulling his stuff from streaming services?
No, he's just not releasing
He's
this
just
one.
not releasing new stuff.
As of now, at least. I don't see him pulling everything off.
No, probably not.
That'd be a whole thing. Plus, I don't see him as the anti-Joe Rogan type, so it wouldn't be like the
Yeah,
flavor.
it wouldn't be for any good reason.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for a good reason. I think the whole artist manipulation thing
For
that
sure.
Spotify and Apple does is a bigger issue than Joe Rogan. in general, but
yes,
just because it affects way more people. And Joe Rogan's an idiot.
he's a dummy idiot. I
But
have Twitter beef
yeah,
with Joe Rogan.
we'll see what happens. I still don't think it's coming out.
I mean, I guess we'll see.
We'll see. Even if it does come out, we cannot do a reaction because you cannot upload the songs to YouTube because they will get bombed.
We'll just have to channel orange it.
Yeah, maybe. We'll just talk about it on the podcast or something.
Yeah, I don't
know. My early prediction is that it's going to be garbage.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. There's 21 songs. There's a whole bunch of features. Kanye's proved me wrong before. But I don't see the vision in this one at all. With him going through his divorced dad arc and posting 45 times a day on Instagram.
Yeah. The last one was nice because we didn't get the controversy.
Exactly. He sat down. He focused on a piece of work. The work came out. It was really good. And now this stops it where it's like, here's another 21 songs. But it's in a shorter time period, and I'm beefing with every human known to man in the most childish way possible.
He's against Pete Davidson. How are you going to beef against Pete Davidson? He's literally the least offensive person on the planet.
The beef is just like Kanye getting mad and then Pete Davidson just like smiling and having a thumbs up and just not caring at all.
Yeah, Pete Davidson doesn't care less what Kanye West has to say.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
But he's against Kid Cudi now?
Yeah,
that's
that
kind
was
of
a weird stint.
That's a weird one.
I don't think it lasted, but
no,
whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not on Kanye's side for any of this. He's just acting out, but that's what he does. So we'll see. I hope he leans into angry divorce dad arc for the whole thing and doesn't try to do the whole Jesus Donda thing.
Yeah, don't do the Donda.
A lot more like spiritually like together in Donda.
Go Yeezus.
Yeah, this one go Yeezus. Just be angry, do whatever. That's all I care about.
Give me Black Skinhead too.
Yeah, that's what I want. Just make it aggressive.
Yeah.
I guess City of Gods is a 504 song with Alicia Keys, but he's on it. He made the beat. He did everything. That one's aggressive. It's loud. It's got the drill beat. I like it. Do that more. Something. But I guess we'll see when it doesn't come out on Tuesday. Because it will not come out on Tuesday.
Well,
this will be the one that he releases on.
Yeah, I know. This is. He seems determined to actually release this one on time.
The only way I would see it is because like the date is so special.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, you got it.
It's so specific.
Yeah.
When no one else is going to release anything on a Tuesday. So it would make him stand out.
Besides this Tuesday, maybe other artists would be like, yo, two. We gotta release something, dude. Kendrick drops album on 2.
No, he's going to do it on not Black Friday. What is it? Good Friday?
Good Friday.
I don't know. I'm not Catholic.
He's dropping on Easter.
Yo, dude. Didn't he do that last time? No, he did Good Friday last time.
Yeah, he did Good Friday last time. He did an Easter album.
Oh, this one, it would be.
It's happening. It's just 5 years later.
Oh, wow. If you think about it, Jesus died and then came back 5 years later.
5 years later.
It's the crazy part.
5 years and 3 days later.
Yo. This
Genius.
It's genius. He's been holding off for this long just for
That's
that.
Crazy.
Awesome.
I'm glad Kendrick's gone since there's no Kanye stands for Kendrick right now.
The Kanye
Kendrick stands are the same way.
Yeah.
But we'll see. That'll be later.
Kendrick will announce when the album is coming out in 3 weeks.
Well, it's gonna be out in June. So
June. Oh well, we have to. At the very latest, it will be out in June.
Yes. So we'll see what happens before that.
Yeah.
But we have a time period. We have 4 months.
We have 4 months. And who knows, like, if it's even going to come out, he could just, like, do a Black Country and then just perform new music live.
Yeah. I feel like he would do that, though, because if he just drops a single, the whole world's going to be tuned in. He's going to get the most streams possible, and it's just going to be over.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
I think he'll probably go that route.
He's got 4 months.
It's in Italy, too, so it's not even like it's a big headlining festival.
No. Yeah,
It's just
he's
some
not playing at
festival in
Coachella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see him doing that, but who knows? Anything's possible.
Yeah. I don't know.
Pusha T's back. New album coming sometime soon, hopefully. New one, Diet Coke, pretty decent. Not the punch you in the face like return that I thought he was going to give. maybe I'll like it more in album context, but it doesn't hit the same as that Daytona stuff where it's like, whoa, this is next level. But maybe I'll grow into it as the album comes to fruition. I'd like to see Kanye production again, but I know he's getting like Kanye, Neptunes. I think there's a few more producers. I don't really know them right now, though. I think 88 Keys is on this one. I think this beat's from like 2004. It's a Kanye beat from 2004 that has never been heard until now. So he dug deep for this one.
Interesting.
Which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that continues. But even Pusha T, like, songs are still really good by, like, industry standards, so.
Yeah.
Not worried. Vince Staples, new song out, Magic, from the new album. He's dropping the second half of his self-titled.
Oh.
April, I believe. I think everybody was kind of, like, thinking that, like, I mean, the self-titled's, like, amazing. I love that album, but I think everybody was kind of like hoping for a part 2, so this next one's kind of like a bridge to that one. Except this one's produced by Mustard, so it looks like Kenny Beats isn't doing the second half, which a little unfortunate because Kenny Beats killed that thing. But we'll see. Vince Staples is very consistent, so not worried. This song's pretty good. Silk Sonic had a song.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
I like it.
I like it.
It's a cover.
It is.
Yeah.
But still pretty good.
Love's Train.
That train.
Love's Train. I don't know who the original group is.
Yeah, I forgot. Some 70s.
It's an old soul group.
Yeah.
But recommend it. I really enjoy it. So
Pretty good.
listen to it now.
I don't know. I can probably take one more Silk Sonic album and then be like, okay, go do some. But
Yeah. I would like a longer
just
project.
'cause- yeah, there's not anything new happening there. It's just good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you still have my attention. Just drop one more.
Or maybe do like one solo project each and then come back and do it.
Yeah, I would love another Anderson .Paak solo
Yeah.
project. That's been too long.
Yeah. Please
And
do
honestly, that's what I'm there for Silk Sonic for. You know,
Yeah.
Bruno Mars is a really good cherry on top for me. Really
Yeah.
good cherry.
I love them both. I'd like to get some from both of them, but
We'll see.
we'll see.
What else I got? I caught up with this Big Thief album that came out
Big
last
Thief.
Friday, the 11th. It is an hour and 20 minutes long.
Wow.
It's really good. Really, really, really good. Indie folk. We have the Lucy Dacus and Phoebe Bridgers like clean style of indie folk where everything's very pretty. And then you have this style of indie folk where it's like old folk, like Bob Dylan, Joni Mitchell. And she sounds perfectly like Joni Mitchell and Bob Dylan, like combined. Crazy.
I think we have one of their albums on the Fan Wheel.
We might.
Masterpiece.
I don't know which one it would be. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I am
recognize
excited
that
for that
album
then
cover.
because like this thing is really good. It sounds like it came right out of the 70s. It's very, very vintage.
Interesting. Dragon, New Warm Mountain, I Believe in You.
Yes,
That's pretty fun.
with the sketch cover.
Yeah,
love
I
it.
like the cover.
But really, really good stuff. Just listened to it today on the car ride. But really, really good. I thought 20 songs would be too much, but I'm still loving like 15 or 16 of them. So, yeah, I'm excited for the Fan Wheel one at this point. I've been trying to check out Adrienne Lenker's stuff, solo stuff, but even this one, she's the main singer of this, is like really good. So I am very interested in these people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like an old like folk album, but it like references dinosaurs and like time travel and like energy shields and stuff. So it's really cool.
It's like a...
But it all sounds like it's like old folk stuff. It's really cool.
Interesting. It's a sci-fi folk album.
It's sci-fi folk, vintage folk, sci-fi.
That's awesome, dude.
It's really good. But haven't caught up to everything yet. I still have that Beach House album to listen to. I think someone recommended it.
Dude,
That just came out.
check out Beach House.
I think it's also very long. Yeah, that's an hour and 25 minutes.
Oh,
It's
man.
4 discs.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeesh.
very long. I'll give it a shot sometime this week, probably. Because I don't know if we want to react to that, 'cause it's very long.
Probably not. That's a long video.
It is. So I'll give that one a try. People have been talking about this Yeet character.
Yeet.
Yeah. I think he's like a playboy. He's like a white playboy Cardi. He's from Oregon. That's kind of
Oh,
cool.
okay. So is it a little folky then?
Yeah, a little folky, a little playboy Cardi-ish, a little, you know. It'd be like playboy Cardi, but folk.
Oh no, it's Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
see.
he's from Portland, so it's just playboy Cardi.
But isn't Sufjan? Isn't he from Portland? He's from
I don't know if he's
somewhere
from
in Oregon.
Portland. Yeah, he's from somewhere in Oregon, I think. But I'm gonna give this album a spin. We'll see what it's about. It's also an hour and 2 minutes.
Why is all this stuff so long?
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of crazy. February is the month of long albums.
Apparently.
But people have been talking about him in the same way that people talk about Playboy Cardi, so seems like it's going to be very funny, fun stuff, hopefully. Even with a name like Eat, you got to be funny.
I would hope so. But it's not
and he's got a Young
spelled with
Thug
2
song,
E's.
so.
It's
It's not.
EA.
Or maybe it's Why Eat. I don't know.
Oh, why eat? That's probably it.
Anorexic King.
What?
Anorexic King.
Is that one of his songs?
No. Why
Oh.
Eat.
Oh, why eat?
Little play on words.
That's a good joke. I looked it up. Sufjan is from Detroit, but he moved to
He
Oregon.
grew up in Oregon or something.
Well,
yeah.
he lived in Detroit until he was 9, and then he moved to Oregon.
Yeah.
So
That's what it is.
that's the lore.
Good lore.
Thanks.
In terms of other release dates, I don't know at this point. Just kind of flowing.
We got a new Lucy Dacus song.
Yeah, like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, like that.
Did we talk about it?
We can talk about it. I don't know what you want me to say about it, though. It's like 2 minutes long.
Talk about it for a long time.
It's good. Feels like a home video leftover, but it's good.
Yeah. It's fine. I don't know. I haven't listened to it since it came. I heard it once and I was like, oh, okay, I get the gimmick.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's fine. And then she played it live.
She
We
did
saw
play it
her at
live.
a concert.
Not my favorite one live, but
No.
I feel like you can't beat yours and mine live, though. That was
Oh,
probably
that
the
one
highlight.
was really good.
Yours and mine was fantastic.
Yes. Very good. If you ever get a chance to see Lucy Dacus in concert, then do it. Hopefully
right
she stands for you. She was sleeping the whole time we saw her.
It was sleeping. Having 2 herniated discs is not an excuse to lay down.
No, it is not.
I paid $25 of my good hard-earned cash.
That's
Telling me
right.
She gets to lay on a couch and sing and play a guitar better than I ever could while laying down.
Ridiculous.
Impossible.
Phoebe Bridgers would stand up. That's all
She
I'm
would
gonna say.
never. She could never.
Well, is that
That's
it?
all I have.
That's
I
it?
think
Wow.
that's it.
We're good
mean, that was-
journalists.
That was enough stuff, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any like release dates or anything. We're just waiting at this point for stuff. Unless I'm missing stuff, which I probably am, but I'll just wait for it to come out and review it then.
Yeah, you're missing some
Yeah,
Drake. Drake's coming back.
no way. Drake's gonna be on Donda too, so
I hope.
we'll talk about Drake very soon.
Awesome. Next week, review for Donda 2 and Elden Ring confirmed.
Yep. The 2 most anticipated things ever made.
Yep. Well, it's been so long, I don't remember how we end podcasts.
Wait, is it a podcast?
Yeah, I've been recording.
Oh, I thought you were just talking to me about movies.
Oh. No, I know I usually
Like
do
in
that.
a non-recording setting.
I know I often just talk to you about movies I've seen and give you long plot synopsises.
Yes.
So I can
In
see how
normal
that can be
conversation
confusing.
without any audience.
Yeah. Well, no, but this time I was recording.
Freak. I didn't even put my makeup on today.
Well, it's fine. It's an audio. It's
Oh,
an audio show.
okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't run the podcast. I just like talk and say words, and then you just upload it.
Yes, that is true. That's all I do. Do
Yes.
you usually put makeup on when we do our regular videos?
Yeah, I take like 2 hours to get ready.
Oh. It really doesn't show.
Oh. I feel like for my beauty standard, I have to do a lot just to look okay. You know, like you got to play with what you're given.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, I mean, it's fine. I mean, you look fine. It's just I wouldn't have expected you to spend 2 hours doing makeup
Yeah.
to get ready.
I have a lot of time to do things. I don't do anything all day.
That's right. I'm just gonna hit stop and see what happens.
Oh, you're still going?
Well, yeah,
Oh yeah, we're in a podcast.
yeah, this is a podcast. Remember what you're
Sorry.
So if I hit stop,